We have a mature and experienced team here now. We've been through a lot, so the expectations are high in that regard, whether it's game 1 of 82 or not. No matter who we're playing, we need to be able to assert ourselves. We're that caliber of a team. Everything we do matters. That's the challenge and that's the opportunity that's ahead for us. We recognize key moments.
Rebound in front, they score! Jordie Benn hits his first Toronto Maple Leaf goal!
Definitely never had one of these things before.
It should be obvious to everybody in the room, everybody on the ice, everybody watching from home, everybody watching in the building, everybody around the league. It should be obvious that it's our time.
We did this trip last year for the first time, so it's nice to come back here, and it's a pretty good setup. It's just nice to kind of get that team bonding going and get to know guys that maybe you don't know as well. I think it's a great couple days to just kind of get away, get some good work in, but also have some fun.
You get away, you get out of the city, get out of our regular routine. It's a long season, you spend a lot of time in your facility. And for a lot of our guys, they've been in our facility all summer long. Good day, fellas. We awake? We alive? This year's even more special and unique for us, obviously, because we're involving the local community more. Like last year, COVID restrictions and such, it was a closed arena, and now you see a lot more of the local faces in that get to watch our guys, and I think that adds an element to it as well, that we can get out and a little more energy in the building.
What was that atmosphere like in there? Could you even hear Coach telling you what to do with the kids being so loud?
No, nothing. Just, yeah, it was, thankfully we're doing drills that we've all done before today, or else would have been in one of it.
Makes practice a lot more exciting when there's a nice crowd out there cheering for you, but you see how much it means. You see the kids, you see the excitement, so it was pretty cool for us too.
We've got a lot of great fans everywhere we go, and we always know it too, so it's always fun to do these kind of things, come out here and do this practice, and it's a good time hearing all those chants and the fans kind of having fun with it.
What are we doing here, offense? Oh, that's too strong.
At the start of the year, those are always important. Get to know new teammates, obviously with the salary cap and all that, you always have a new team every year, new guys, so get to hang out with the boys and have some fun and get to know each other well.
I had you the whole time. You missed the puck.
Before we even got here doing the off-ice testing, everything was pretty intense from the moment I landed in Toronto.
Everyone just wants to be the best they can be and push each other to do the same. That's the great thing about this team. Regardless of who's up next, everyone's always ready to go and step into a bigger role and take on a bigger role.
Oh, give him a tweak.
One game to the next, one shift to the next, one period to the next, one play to the next. There's moments and things that happen inside of very competitive games. There's not much separating teams. We need to be elite in those moments. No matter your status, your ability, your strengths, weaknesses, in those moments, guys have to step up. That's just the reality of being on a championship team.
Every year, you know, it's special. The home opener, no matter where you are.
Obviously, missed it over the summer. I mean, it's gone a little bit too long there. So once you got back in Toronto, the buzz in the city, the season's starting. So it's always very special to play at home.
They're a year older, a year more experienced. This is a group that's sort of grown up together and really coming into a part of their careers where they really want to get a lot accomplished as a group and as a team.
The Leafs included Rodion Amirov in tonight's pre-game introductions. The team's first-round pick in 2020 was diagnosed with a brain tumor earlier this year. Coach says Amirov has the ultimate battle ahead of him, but right now he's enjoying his time here, and the team is enjoying having him.
Here's Riley closing a shot, scores! Backdoor play for the captain, and John Tavares opens the scoring on the power play.
It feels different on the bench. I feel like we've got a lot more guys that can take on defensive responsibilities and defensive load, play against anybody. There's a real sense of value and togetherness on our bench. Everybody knows they have a part in everything.
Yardcroft coming off the right wing, and he has his first as a Maple Leaf.
Thought we played really hard. They played really hard on their end as well, and it wasn't an easy game, but obviously took a full 60-minute effort there from everybody.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs win their home opener 3-2 over the Washington Capitals.
We talked about having some patience in the game and just staying with it. That's a good win, not an easy win. The adversity, penalties at the end didn't faze us. We got the job done. And Sammy, this one's for you.
They can get 19,000 people to the feet at Scotiabank Arena cheering them on. And so they're here today to come into your playground where you're learning the greatest subject of all, and it's called hockey.
Coming down here to the Boys and Girls Club, I think it's a fun day. Just take a little bit of time and come and try and interact with the kids, see what the program's all about, and have some fun. So I think they got a lot out of it, but we did as well. It's huge, yeah. I mean, being from Toronto, I feel like I've come full circle in my life, but growing up, just being in communities and having a lot of support, having people around me was obviously huge. So being here today and offering some of my own support to these kids is big for me, and happy to help.
And so these three men here have found something that they love to do, and they've never worked a day in their life, not once, because they love what they do. And so if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
Just be positive. It's the one key I try to focus on in my life. Always be positive, always have fun with things. Leave all that negative energy outside. Don't bring it with you.
Good work, guys. See you later. Go enjoy your day, okay? Okay, see you guys.
The Leafs have had two big injury blows, both Matt Murray and Jake Muzzin placed on injured reserve. What's the temperature like down in the Leafs room right now? It seems to be some high tensions based on everything that's been coming out the last 24 hours or so.
Yeah, it's warmer than I anticipated for getting set for the fifth game of the season, that's for sure. The door is now open for a guy like Rasmus Sandin, along with Nick Robertson, and we'll see. It's not going to be easy. Dallas, their offensive guys are clicking right now.
Good, how are you?
Nick deserved to make our team with the effort and performance that he had through camp, the growth that he showed. It's on the guys who have been playing to keep their spot, and it's on Nick to find a way to keep that momentum going. He didn't require waivers, others did, and salary cap being what it is, you have to make some decisions. Sometimes decisions have to be made that don't go your way, and it's all about how you handle that determines what happens next.
Ben in. Ben had it knocked away. A pass for Robertson. Brought to center. Robertson over the line, dropping it back. Another shot. He scores! Holy mackerel! The Kids won it! His second goal of the game! And Nicky Robertson wins it in overtime!
I got it.
Yes, Robertson.
Thank you.
The Leafs, they wrap up a 4-game homestand and head out for a 5-game Western swing. We'll see you on Saturday night from Winnipeg.
Tavares scores!
With a 4-1 win here in Winnipeg and head on to Vegas for a game on Monday night.
Big rebound in front of the goal! They score!
Leafs are looking at this 3-game swing through the Golden State as an opportunity to kickstart their season.
Mitch Marner is able to tip it past Kaukonen, and now a breakaway opportunity. Scores!
The Leafs California swing starts with an overtime loss.
The last time the Maple Leafs wore their black Bieber-designed jerseys, a dominant 6-2 performance from the Leafs. Could it be the boost? Well, we'll find out, because right now the Leafs can take any advantage they can get.
Well, 5-game road trip for the Leafs ends tomorrow. You got to get right back at it against the Anaheim Ducks.
Around back of the goal, around scores!
5-game road trip ends with a thud for Toronto.
We expect better from each other. It starts with today, good practice, and then back at it tomorrow.
We know it's going to come here soon. We just got to make sure we stick with it.
3 forwards and 1 D should be going here, all right?
It's nice to be home. Calendar turns here to November. We had a fresh opportunity to get back on home ice and a chance to get better in practice today, so let's get to work.
I have a role to play when these guys show up to work the next morning after being on that trip. I need to be positive, I need to bring the energy, make sure these guys are able to move on, focus on what's next, and be a support to them in whichever way I can. My name's Margaret Hughes, and I'm the lead performance dietitian for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm just organizing who's getting what in their little cubby. I take care of everything that a player may have access to in terms of food, supplements, hydration. I work very closely with our physician to make sure that we're assessing and screening the athletes and looking at their blood work. They're doing a feature on me.
No way. We got a feature on Marge. That is huge. Oh, it's about time we get some eyes on you.
Yeah. See what I'm really up
That's
to,
why you're
eh?
buzzing around in here today.
Yeah. Trying to.
God, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you mic'd up?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them what the crazy you did last night then, that you're telling me about this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that under
Keep that
wraps.
one quiet.
I haven't gone to bed
You're
yet,
hiding
you know?
it well, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Working with the players is, I would say, is probably my favorite part of this job. Getting to know them as people, getting to know their family and their life outside of the rink is important to me because it helps me understand how food fits in their life.
You know what? She takes care of me. She's like my mom when I'm over here and my parents are back home.
Smoothie today? Thank you. My relationship is different with every single one of them, which I enjoy and respect. There are some players that have been here the whole time that I've been here, and so we've been able to grow our relationship and find new ways to support them. And then when we get a new player, for example, like Mark Giordano.
Cheers.
Hi, Gio. I wanted to make the most of his performance because he is an older player, and we want to make sure he can extend his tenure, feel good, minimize injuries, minimize illness. We make him a special concoction every single game day to ensure that he's well hydrated.
She's obviously big on hydration, and it's really on the player to eat properly on your own, but the options are obviously always here for us, so it's pretty easy to follow her recommendations.
Am I good to steal these tongs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful.
What does Mitch Marner eat? Pasta, white.
I have a pretty strict diet.
Yeah, it is pretty strict.
Mostly spaghetti, steaks, burgers.
Bagels and cream cheese?
You can't get them at our practice room.
No.
Chocolate chip pancakes.
I'm a flexitarian, which means I encourage everybody to eat everything. All foods fit in my model and my philosophy.
Give me my spaghetti.
That one goes every day, okay? This was just there in case, so that you don't have to look for it after. Okay? No problem. You guys think I'm too serious. So I'm very serious about my job and taking care of them. I feel like it's what has helped them build trust, because they're like, if Margaret's taking it seriously, then we don't have to worry about anything.
Okay. Thanks to Waters. It's getting tight at the Marner household. Waters. All right, everyone, have a great day, guys. Have fun filming Margaret.
I think Margaret's awesome. She's a lot of fun to have around this locker room. What she just does for our team, probably doesn't get talked about enough about just Shake's always ready to go, always around to talk about diet stuff, food stuff, always there to help out with anything. I think everyone really does appreciate what Margaret does, and like I said, it probably doesn't get enough love as it deserves.
Oh boy, close up, eh? Wow.
Gio's great. Gio's meant a lot to this team, just with the injuries going down and him coming up and being just a big force and being able to play big minutes for us, but off the ice has meant a lot as well. He's been a great guy. He's been great to these young kids as well, just example leading, always joking around, having a lot of fun in the locker room regardless of his age, and he's always having a lot of fun with us out on the ice. So he's been a lot of fun to have around this locker room, and we're definitely lucky to have him in the blue and white.
How do you guys figure out what order you're going to go into, especially when you come to a new team? Like, how do you find your spot?
It's like,
What's that?
some guys are like superstitious about where they go.
Yeah. Some of it just falls into place.
Yeah. I just sort of, when I got here, I just sort of felt it out. Sort of go middle of the pack. Because I know some guys like going last, some guys like going first. If there's like two guys who want to go in the same spot, it usually goes by like whoever has more games played, obviously.
At the end of the day, it's just between the years, right?
Yeah. Don't overthink it, you know? There he is right there, Michael Bunting, #1 star.
Mark Giordano, this is the blueprint. It's like being on the blueprint for the first time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's all in the game. Grew up in North York. I grew up west in the Shepherd area. Good community, a lot of good friends and family still there. My parents still live there, so it's nice to be playing in front of them now in the same city where I grew up for sure. Those are the days when Doug Gilmour, Wendell Clark, all those guys were, Matt Sundin, they were huge. So I was a big time Leaf fan. Loved watching the warm-ups and everything. Get down there early and just take it all in.
This one's gonna go underneath.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't think you guys will get much dialogue this bus trip, to be honest. Boys are pretty quiet before the game. Eat your snack at the same time, go to the rink at the same time. Pretty much same routine every game, right?
So what is this? What is this?
Just a little recovery, like used for recovery or warm up, sort of similar to a massage. Just all air pressure. Just feel like it makes you feel nice and light for a game, so do it for like 15, 20 minutes. Sort of a routine.
You do this every game?
Yeah, every game. Training changed so much over the years. It's become more about speed and stuff, so yeah, I would say I train differently now than I did 20 years ago, but just try and be disciplined and, work hard and all that stuff. But definitely there's been some changes in the way I train, but it's all based on speed now.
Unbelievable defenseman. Been in the league for a long time, so it's a guy that you can go to with anything. If you have any questions about hockey or whatever personally, he's a great guy to lean on and talk to.
What's he like off the ice?
He's funny. Pulled a little prank today, but I'll get him back.
Oh, there he is again.
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm Mark.
So it's actually in collaboration with Bieber's
This
company.
one or this one?
So it's actually reversible. So that's on the inside of that one. But we're just wearing that. This is supposed to be like straight hair, so.
Different, but pretty cool. Pretty cool jerseys. I was like nervous, obviously playing your first game with a new team, and then big win. Like, it was an exciting day. Had some friends and family there, so it was pretty cool.
He's always in the lane and he's fearless. He's willing to get in the way. He always puts himself in the right position. He's smart. He's got great hockey sense, and I think really just he's willing to sacrifice his body.
And now Matthews getting involved with Konechny, and Marchardano's not going to allow 34 to get involved in that.
He's our best player, it's no secret. The game was over. We had basically won the game, and you can't have your best player getting into fights or anything like that at that time. It doesn't make any sense. So when something like that happens, everyone just tries to get in there and stick up for each other. I think seeing it throughout the year, we were pretty good at doing that as a group. Your instinct at that time is just to make sure that he doesn't get our top guy.
Gio's a people champ. He's coming off the top rope, but it's got to go to the captain.
Last night, Mo gave the belt to JT. Huge night by our captain to lead us offensively. A big game and a big moment. But he also declared Gio the people's champ at the time, and I think it's important that Gio gets his moment as well.
A great leadership moment for our team, just seeing, it doesn't matter, again, age or anything like that. He's the first one there to be protective and step up for someone, and that's the kind of guy he is. But obviously it was pretty funny as well, just seeing him kind of spirit dive someone. And that was a great moment for our team, just everyone stepping up for each other and sticking up for each other. And Gio to lead the way there was pretty remarkable.
They have to respond and be comfortable in those situations, and most importantly, stay together as a group. What it certainly can't become is a tactic that the opposition can use to have us go away many men. That's what's most important.
We have a great team, so I'm at a stage in my career where it's about trying to win, obviously, and being on a good team, but obviously being home with my family and really being convenient, it's all gravy and all bonus. Like, it's huge, but it was a fairly easy decision for me to want to stay with the Leafs, just for all those reasons.
Morgan Rielly, knee-on-knee collision with Palmieri in the second period, didn't return to the game. With Rielly out, Brody out, they're on the road for 4 games, and there's a back-to-back in there, 3 and 4 nights. It's a tough go right now for this blue line.
Hey, Mitch, you are the man. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Leaf fans travel everywhere with us. It's always a cool feeling, getting to put on that blue and white jersey and know that regardless in what city you are in, there's always gonna be a lot of fans there cheering for you and having your back out there. It's just remarkable seeing how many fans travel with us throughout cities and do the long distance with us.
Hello everyone and welcome to Newark, New Jersey, where tonight the Leafs look to play spoiler. The Devils looking for their 14th straight win.
And a white knuckle night ends with a Maple Leaf win.
I've been a Leaf fan since I was a young kid. I watched 6, 7 Stanley Cup championship, yeah. She's been a Leaf fan.
I've been born and bred. Let's get real, I'd probably get disowned.
So I've been a Leafs fan since I was born. I was not allowed to be a Wild fan, according to him. I live with 7 Wild fans, so I get made fun of a little bit for being a Leafs fan, but I know my team, I support my team, and I'm happy to be here today.
Go Leafs! Go Leafs! Go Leafs!
Woo! Well, we're excited that we have one of our hometown players from the Niagara area, Connor Timmins, that's going to be playing. So we're excited to see him.
Yeah, Leaf Nation's all over. It's unreal going on the road and seeing fans there. I mean, our fan base is incredible, and we got fans, all over the place. So you'll be in Sweden and walk around, somebody will be walking around with the Leafs thing going on. They reach a bunch of people, and yeah, we all want the same thing.
I mean, I remember in Calgary when the Leafs would come into town, it was like a split crowd. Calgary's a pretty loyal fan base, but you see how many Leaf fans there are all over the country of Canada for sure, and then even into the States.
Oh, it's crazy. I would say you have games that it's probably 75% Leafs fans and then the 25% Wings fans. A lot of the Canadian teams you see it, but the Leafs definitely brings in the biggest crowd.
4 straight wins on the road.
This has been a really good solid road trip for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Sheldon Keefe.
It's always special to be able to play here, and our fan base is pretty wild. It's what you want. It's what you want your fans to be engaged with, and we're pretty lucky to have it in our Scotiabank Arena.
I'm a 70s kid. I wanted to do anything that my brothers wanted to do, and my youngest of the brothers, he was a huge Borje Salming fan, so I became a lifelong Borje Salming fan. It's the emotional connection. He's in my heart because he's in my family's heart.
Kiruna is above the Arctic Circle, and that's really far up in Sweden. So it's the northern town of Sweden. And above Kiruna is sort of just snow, nothing else. Wow, tonight it's gonna be great, you know. It's a little nervous, you know. It doesn't matter what it is, you know. But here they have done really well. 21 on the houses and everything. Like they're going crazy here because I'm coming back to Kiruna. Well, of course, I'm a little nervous, but it's always, you know, when you do something like that, it's good when you're nervous, then you know it's something is really important.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is a special evening for a special hockey player. Borje Salming of the Toronto Maple Leafs will be honored tonight.
I don't think there's any doubt, Bob, that Borje Salming is the best European hockey player ever to come to the National League. And they all, the Europeans, should thank him for paving the highway for the Europeans in the National League.
I always look back, you know, I played maybe hard and they gave 100%, but I never thought of it like I was an idol or something like that. And to all you people in here tonight, and all the Toronto fans out there, you are the greatest. Thank you very much.
He was such a player with courage, determination, and tenacity, and he just made it happen.
If you didn't know, you got a sense of how important he is here. He paved the way for so many great European players to come and play here in Toronto.
When Sheldon walked in, he just said, like, today we're starting the Swedish House Mafia, and then he called out all their names. And I was like, oh, I was not expecting that, but that was pretty sick.
I mean, playing in Toronto is, you know, that was fantastic, you know, to play for the fans and just the city. You know, I always said Mecca hockey.
It was very, very emotional. I went up to hug him, and I could feel that he kind of wanted to get something, like say something to me. Obviously he couldn't, but he was a really caring guy, so shows everybody else that doesn't know him what he means to not just the team, but all the fans and everybody around it, just by the way he led.
He's just a great guy overall, so I don't know if he really gave me any advice. He just said, look out for Toronto media.
We're wanted to wait for everybody to get in, but it's starting to get out there now. So we wanted everyone in the room to hear from us before it becomes public that Borje Salming passed away last night?
Yeah, just found out before practice and saw him a few weeks ago, and it's crazy how fast it went. So it's just been hard to process. Like I said, just kind of found out, and it's very upsetting.
Thanks, Stewie. Good luck. Thank you, Butchie.
Incredibly sad day for us. That experience, I think, can very positively impact the group in terms of, like we talked about, with the legacy and how you're remembered and things like that. And the fact that we're impacted here today tells you a lot about the type of person and player that he was.
Thoughts on the shoulder patch for Borje Salming?
Yeah, it was amazing. It's someone that the hockey community is really going to miss, and his family and just the world really. It's just an unbelievable human being. He deserves to be honored for as long as we can.
Yesterday, the Toronto Maple Leafs organization and the entire hockey community lost an icon and Hall of Famer Borje Salming. He will be remembered not only for his play on the ice, but also with his work in the Toronto community. We ask that you please join us in a moment of silence in honor of his life and legacy. Thank you.
Long shot score. Marner's point streak continues. That was tipped in front. Aston Reese sneaks that by Fleury. For Giordano in, shoot off the skate, score! Right back in front to Yarncrook, and the Leafs lead once again. Nylander shoots, scores! William Nylander fires it by Fleury and gives Toronto a 2-goal lead.
Tonight, your 148th goal as a Leaf. That ties Borje's total as a Leaf. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, it's crazy how that works out in those kind of ways. But yeah, obviously that one was for Borje tonight.
Picked up Zuccarello, feeds it back across. Kaprizov, what a save by Murray! Dives across, retrieves his stick in the final seconds, and the Leafs will win it 4-3. Furious pressure by the Wild. They got within one, but got no further.
Continue to find ways to win, especially on the road. It's not going to be the prettiest for us, and we made Murr fight for it right to the very end, but giving ourselves chances to win by playing with the lead here on the road. Okay, we're doing a good job of doing that, of setting ourselves up to win, and competing and just finding a win. That's it. Who's got the belt?
This was great against New York. It was great today.
All right. We all know we've had outstanding goaltending. It's given us a chance to win. It's given us confidence every time out. The next piece for me is that our defense, no matter who's been in the lineup, has stepped up in a big way. No matter what's asked of them, the defense has stepped up in a big way. And I think it's important that we just take a second and really recognize where we've been and how we've gotten to this point, where we've handled injuries, we've handled adversity, home, away. No matter who the opponent is, we've been finding ways to get points.
All the guys that have come up have been unbelievable. Just stepping up to the occasion and helping us battle through and get wins. So that shows an amount of resiliency in the squad, and I mean, that's needed. You never know what's going to happen.
And we have the ability to score goals at key times. We have the ability, as we've shown, the resilience to rise above and respond to whatever the situation is. We've got to stay with it, and also still at the same time understand that we can be better.
Number 400 for Johnny Tavares!
You rely on so many different guys to be able to take on the 60 minutes. When you lose someone, if everybody else can just elevate just a little bit, you can cope. It goes without saying that we're a better team when we're healthy, but you can still win and you can still compete at a high level, no matter who's in or out.
Everybody in this room gets better when we're connected. Everybody has to do their part to make sure we remain connected as a group.
Rolling now, let's go. Day off tomorrow, have a few cocktails.
With the streak going on with Mitch, if the team was losing and going through a tough time and you're looking to get a record, you really don't care to talk about that too much, but it's nice that he can enjoy it and the team's been winning the last number of games and playing good hockey.
As a team, you just stay focused on what you can control as a group.
It's been great to see everyone stepping up and really taking over new lead roles, and especially in our defense with everyone going down.
Started playing more like as a unit, like before we were disconnected, and now we're all like on the same page. Everybody knows what's going on, so I think we have figured out that aspect of the game. I think now it's clicking pretty good.
It's really amazing, and I think the relationship between Toronto Maple Leafs and Sick Kids. So, it's kind of a nice change of pace too, going to see them in my first couple years, and with COVID doing everything virtually, and then kind of inviting them here into our workspace and kind of getting to see the room and everything and watch practice. So, hopefully, it's a really memorable experience for them as well.
Way better. Yeah, I like the sounds of the ice too. It's very cool. It's so much fun.
It really hits home. You see kids here going through some difficulties and some challenges, and it's hard to fathom how much you care about your own and everything you do to hope they're healthy and have that opportunity. So for me to be here to try to brighten their day up, have some time away from what they're going through, especially during the holidays, means a lot. The connection between Sick Kids and the Maple Leafs is a long relationship. That's something we care deeply about and is really important to us. So it's great to have the opportunity to spend some time with them and just enjoy their company.
I just spent all day with these guys yesterday. Oh, yeah.
You know what, it was just great to see them all at the Christmas party together and just seeing how their families have grown. A hockey team it does become your family, and I think you want to develop that feeling. The season's so hard, the playoffs are so hard, you have to have these intangibles to help you get through those battles and beat your opponents, come out on top.